shaping a great reset for the post-corona era.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to Truth Bomb, the quick-fire quiz show where I test the best the indie media has to offer on AI's official narrative with a truth bomb or two thrown in. I have convinced some of the best indie researchers, journalists, and hosts on the World Wide Web to compete against each other in a quiz show which will shake the very foundations of mankind. AI sets the official narrative, but there will be plenty of occasions for each contestant to throw in a truth bomb to set the record straight and for the chance to win extra points for the answer. But I will be the judge of that. Yes, our contestants today include Cory Hughes.
Always like to talk Kennedy. Kennedy is my entire life. I think that it is the most important event in American history, possibly world history, because of the results that we've seen from it. And so, yeah, I haven't had any problems dedicating my entire life to this course of study.
Cory is a JFK research aficionado with a focus on the Jews in particular. Hughes is relentless in his attention to detail and has already written a very good book about the infamous presidential pop on the plaza. How do you feel today, Cory? Hello and welcome to the stage. Nice to see you.
All right, thank you for having me. I am looking forward to bathing in the blood of my opponent.
Oh, so you think you'll turn your opponent into a lampshade?
Yes, absolutely. A tattooed one at that.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. And that terrible, terrible fate awaits none other than the infamous writer and commentator, Charlie Robinson.
I'm an author. Didn't mean to be. Had no intention to be. Didn't ever think I would be. But I had a conversation with my mom years ago. And I was telling her about all these great conspiracies that I had unearthed, right? Things that I'd just come across, real fascinating topics. And I was telling her about the latest one that I'd gotten into. And she said, this is amazing. It's really fascinating what you're finding, but what are you going to do about it? Like, what's the point of all this? And I didn't have an answer. I really didn't ever consider myself to be involved or have a role in it. I just was a consumer of it.
Charlie is an expert in covert CIA programs of the past, as well as the globalist exploits of the evil people from a James Bond villain novel gone mad and true. He's a professional tentacle explorer. He can recognize a globalist from at least 100 yards, even if they wear a disguise. Charlie, lovely to see you again. Are you going to end up as a pile of school shoes on the floor of a warehouse, or are you going to fight the Hughesian octopus?
I will be washing myself with soap made from my enemy afterwards.
So this sounds like big words, and so let's play a little truth bomb. Before the show, Cory, I picked your name out of a carefully curated nest of pigeon eggs, so you'll go first, Mr. Hughes. I am going to ask you 15 general knowledge questions generated by honest and truthful AI bot. Of course, you may sense an outrageous bit of bullshit, and you can earn extra points by setting the story straight, adding in a truth bomb or two along the way. I'll be the judge of what, if anything, your truth bomb is worth. Are you ready, Cory?
Yes.
What was the camera brand used to capture the famous footage of the assassination of JFK?
It was Kodak.
No, unfortunately, it was Bell and Howell.
Oh!
And he knew it. Who was the first medical examiner to autopsy JFK's body? You can at any time choose to pass.
I'm going to have to pass on this one.
But you can also at any time give a truth bomb and say a little bit about something about the subject if you want to earn extra points.
Okay. That I can at least do.
Okay, so in what part of Dealey's Plaza is the grassy knoll located? In which part?
The grassy knoll is located on the north side of the lawn to the west of the pergola, along the picket fence.
Correct. That's a lot. I just was looking for North Side, but that's good. What alias did Lee Harvey Oswald use to purchase his rifle?
Alec Heidel.
Nice. Very good. I would have accepted Little Harry Oswald too. How many
Can I throw a
shots?
truth?
Go on,
no
yes.
truth bombs yet, right? No truth bombs yet.
No, go on.
Okay,
At
let me
any
throw
time.
throw a truth bomb in there. So most people use that alleged use of the name Alec Heidel and link it directly to Lee Harvey Oswald. However, Oswald was not the only person associated with Heidel to know that name, nor was Heidel the only name of a fellow Marine of Oswald's that was used as an alias in the story. There was another named Osborne. So there you go.
Definitely worth an extra point there. Thank you for that. We like a little bit of that. How many shots were fired during the assassination? I'll remind you, this is AI, so you have to reckon with that, but there will be a truth bomb available if you want it.
The official story says that there were 3 shots fired.
Correct.
Truth bomb. That is an absolute impossibility. One example, besides all the other potential bullet fragments and without getting into that stuff, most people don't know this, but Kennedy was shot in the back twice. And this is in the evidence. This is in the standard. If you look at Commission's exhibit, it's actually the jacket exhibit number 1. It shows clearly that there are 2 bullet holes in the back. When they show the body of Kennedy and they show the 1 bullet hole and the hand showing it, they have a hand there because it's covering the 2nd bullet hole. That's clearly fired from a rifle, a Mauser 7.65 from under the stairwell at the Daltex building by Emilio Santana.
There you go. That's worth an extra point too. Good. Nice. We got a correct answer for the official story. And yes, I would have also accepted as many shots as were required as well. What high school did Lee Harvey Oswald attend for a short period?
Well, Lee Harvey Oswald attended, starting in 1954, Beauregard Junior High School, but then he would graduate Beauregard Junior High School, and he would go to Arlington High School, but he would also attend another high school in New Orleans, and that high school was, I should know this, this is in my new book that I'm writing.
I will happily accept the first answer. You were quite correct.
Well,
Beauregard
that's incorrect, actually, because Beauregard is a junior high school. It's not a high school. High school, he went to Arlington and, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm going to have to, this one.
That's all right. I will accept that you get an extra point for naming Arlington anyway, as the place that was actually the high school rather than the junior high school, which that is what AI's given me because, you know.
But I have a
AI.
truth bomb for you on this one.
Okay, go on.
So Lee Harvey Oswald, if people haven't figured out yet, there were 2 Lee Harvey Oswalds who shared a life, so to speak. It was a naval intelligence operation, which I'm still in the midst of digging into. And so what you have is a lot of controversy over the addresses between 1954 and 1955 when they allegedly moved to Fort Worth, and then he spends a year in Fort Worth and then goes to the Marines in October of 1956. There's a lot of controversy over that time, and there's a lot of contradiction in when and where people actually lived at certain addresses and what school he went to. There's actually other people have come forward and said they knew Lee Harvey Oswald at other schools in New Orleans besides Beauregard, and there were actually 2 Beauregards in New Orleans at that time. So there is a slew of people who come forward and knowing a Lee Harvey Oswald, when at times you can provably say that Lee Harvey Oswald is elsewhere.
Excellent. Okay, that's definitely worth a truth bomb point and an original point for a correct answer. What type of rifle did Lee Harvey Oswald reportedly use to shoot Kennedy?
Carcano 6.5.
The full name? Do you remember what the full name was called?
That is the full name. It is not a Mannlicher Carcano.
Here we go. Because that's what AI told me. A Mannlicher Carcano.
That is actually false. The actual model of the rifle was the Carcano. The Mannlicher came from a mistake someone made a long time ago.
Okay, I'll accept a point for the answer to the question and a point for the truth bomb. I'll be very kind. What time was JFK officially pronounced dead?
1:04 p.m.
1 p.m. I'm afraid I can't give you that. Who was the Texas governor that was also injured during the assassination?
John Connolly.
Oh, yes. And I would have accepted John Connor, who was sent back in time to save us from the thinking machines, too. Okay. How many grassy knolls are on Dealey Plaza?
Technically 2.
Oh,
no, I'm
okay.
sorry. This is the AI question.
Wait a minute. Wait, yeah, you
the
can
AI
answer
question is 1. There's 1, but technically there's 2.
Okay. Technically, go on. Where is the other one?
The
technical grassy knoll.
It's the southern slope on the south side, and some people would like to say that a shooter was there. It's impossible, because when you understand the trajectories of the bullets and where everyone was, you realize they were specifically avoiding crossfire. So
okay, I'll accept you get a point for the answer correctly, for answering correctly, and you get a point. But you got to be careful. You got to answer what AI wants you to answer.
Right.
Remember, on these, what was the name of the nightclub owned by Jack Ruby?
The Carousel Club.
Yeah.
TRUTHBOMB. He owned 2. Also the Vegas Club.
Okay, I'll accept both of those as points there. Which famous news broadcaster first announced the assassination of the American public?
Dan Rather.
Oh, Walter Cronkite.
Oh, Walter Cronkite.
I would have also accepted Stan Lee. Who was?
I have a truth bomb on that.
Okay, go on.
Technically, the very first broadcast that went out came out from the Dallas Morning News at exactly 12:40 p.m. And you can see in the background a man creating an alibi for his brother. You see Jack Ruby on the phone in the background of that broadcast. However, it's not Jack Ruby. And we know it's not Jack Ruby because Jack Ruby's left index finger was bitten off in a bar fight in the late 1950s. And, well, this Jack Ruby certainly has a left index finger. So.
Okay, well, that's a hard one. I'm not sure if I'm going to give you the truth bomb on that, to be perfectly honest. So you got the answer wrong, and I'm not going to give you the truth bomb, but it was a good try, though. It was a good try. Who was the British Prime Minister during the assassination? Oh, I like a little bit of silence.
Winston Churchill.
Baffled. Sorry, did I mean to laugh at you like that, you Americans? It was Harold Macmillan, of course. Everybody knows that over here.
I don't think a single American knows that.
I know. Wow. Well, there you go. Who was the Soviet premier?
Khrushchev.
Yeah, good. Do you remember his first name?
It was Russian.
Okay, I'll accept a point for that. I'll accept a point, but I'm not going to give you an opportunity for
it was Alexei. No, it was
wait, if you get it wrong, then I'll take your point away.
Okay.
So I think you should just
shut up.
It as you go. Yeah. It was Nikita Khrushchev.
Nikita Khrushchev, duh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nikita, of course, like in the movie. Remember when he plays in the movie when he's that young girl? Is that Nikita? Yeah.
Yes.
Which book by Jim Garrison alleged CIA involvement in the JFK murder?
On the Trail of the Assassins.
Oh, look at that. There you go. And that's the 15th and final question. Have you got a little truth bomb to add in at the end? See if you get an extra point.
Jim Garrison wrote several books, and his final book was unreleased, and in it he blamed Israel for the assassination. Most people don't know that because it was never actually released, and it's kind of hard to get a copy of.
Well, there you go. That's very interesting. Well done. I will tell you your points at the end of the round. For the time being, I'm going to pull Charlie back in. It's coming up to your round. I just want to say, how did you feel about that? Did you think that was a sterling performance, or did you expect better from your opponent?
No, he's a savant when it comes to Kennedy stuff. I mean, he's forgotten more than most people will ever know about the Kennedy assassination. So he's still where don't get him started on multiple Lee Harvey Oswalds, though.
We might get there later. Who knows? We'll see. See you in a second, Corey. All right, Charlie, it's your round. I'm going to again ask 15 general knowledge questions generated by the honest and truthful AI bot. Of course, you may sense outrageous BS, and you can earn extra points by setting the story straight, adding in a truth bomb or two along the way, and I'll be the judge of what, if anything, your truth bomb is worth. Ooh, this is a hard subject, though, and I wasn't easy on you, to be honest. Operation Gladio. So how do you feel? Do you feel confident about this?
I mean, look, it's before my time, of course, but I know a little bit about it. But there's always more.
Do you know that Cory chose this specialist subject for you?
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. That's good. He's good. I just want to see if I can cause any more animosity amongst you.
We're good. We have to do a show tomorrow together, so we're fine.
Okay, all right. You'll massage each other's egos tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's all right. You're quite in control. Which Turkish paramilitary group was linked to Gladio operations?
Fuck, I have no idea. Pass.
Grey Wolves. You remember, you can enter into anything that you think is related. You link in. This may be hard, but that's what it's meant to be sometimes. What event prompted Belgium to investigate and expose its stay-behind networks?
The supermarket shooting?
You remember what it was called?
No.
It was, it's the Brabant Killers attack.
Okay.
So, it's close. If I could give half points, I would give you a half point.
That's okay.
Which specific Gladio-related scandal was linked to right-wing extremist Stefano Del Chai?
The car bombing.
Oh, do you remember what it was called or where it was?
Oh boy. No.
I can feel Cory's rubbing his hands together. I can see him in the waiting room looking excited. He's vaping extra because I
know there's 3 guys that there was a car bomb. I don't know.
Okay, well that might be enough for a truth bomb in a sense, because again, it doesn't. The AI said the Piazza Fontana bombing.
Okay, that's true. That sounds familiar.
What was the code name of Belgium's Gladio equivalent revealed during investigations?
Sex Pistols? No, fuck, I don't know.
You got a hard one. SDRA8 is what it was called.
Never heard of them.
High-profile Italian magistrate connected Gladio to terrorism and false flag attacks?
Damn, it was Judge. Oh God, I'm just gonna say Judge Andrew Napolitano. Even though I know it's not Judge Andrew
Napolitano. Apparently.
Okay.
Felice Casson. Which specific NATO committee was allegedly responsible for coordinating Gladio operations in Europe?
God, I don't know. Cory's gonna kill me on this one.
The Clandestine Planning Committee.
Right, I should have studied for the test.
Oh, well, isn't that the way? You get a feeling Cory's cheated here. Which European country conducted the first thorough investigations into its Gladio network in 1990?
Italy.
Yes. Good. Which Italian intelligence service was most closely associated with Gladio activities?
Don't know.
It was the SISMI. Oh, these are evil questions. Yeah. I think AI hates you. I think AI wants
that's
you
possible.
Destroyed.
That is possible.
There's
also a lot to know about Gladio.
Yeah.
Clearly, I don't know.
What was the name of France's stay-behind network linked to Gladio?
The baguettes.
Plan bleu, my friend.
God.
Plan bleu. What country was pressured by NATO to deny the existence of its stay behind network even after exposure?
Probably the Netherlands.
Germany, I'm afraid.
Germany.
Which Cold War event is believed to have prompted NATO's intensification of Gladio efforts?
Cold War event. The Cuban Missile Crisis?
I'd like to say yes, but it was the Hungarian Revolution, apparently. None of these I've known. Which Belgian intelligence service managed stay behind operations? I swear they were
Belgian Intelligence Services. Jesus. Cory.
I know.
Cory, I owe you.
He's shaking his head down there.
I don't know. I don't know any Belgian intelligence services, so that's my first problem here. That's
STC or MOB, apparently. Yeah. Which secretive paramilitary group was allegedly involved in planning the 1980 bombing in Italy?
It's CIA?
No, it's NA. I'm not even going to say that. It's Nuclear Armati Rivoluzionari in Italy. Which country's intelligence agency was involved in training Gladio operatives on psychological warfare techniques?
I'm going to guess. Spain?
No, United Kingdom. It was mainly CIA in the UK that was an MI6. Which 1950s US policy doctrine influenced the establishment of Operation Gladio's covert activities in Europe? This is the last question.
Thank God. I have no idea.
No, this was the hardest round I think I've ever seen. It was the rollback strategy. There you go.
Okay.
So how did you feel that went for you, Charlie?
Not great.
That was awful. I felt like you should have had a different subject. What do you reckon?
Well, yeah, maybe I should have picked 9/11 or something.
It
looks something a little bit more from my era. Although Cory did a nice job in the 60s, but no, I just don't know enough about Operation Gladio apparently.
Yeah. No,
well, those are some tough questions, really.
Those were some tough questions.
Even that intelligence organization I've heard referred to as Italian intelligence, so I mean, because so it's a tough one.
Yeah. Honestly, you got done over.
That's all right.
I'm sorry to be the one to have done you over. There we have it, the specialist subject round for the contestants. The scores are very uneven at the moment, I have to say. First of all, Cory, how did you enjoy that round?
That was excellent.
Yeah.
Some of those were tough.
Yes. Was that the end of your sentence?
Yeah, I think
some of those were tough. You sounded like you were going to say another word after. Selection of words, to be honest. Some of those were tough. Times are hard.
It was good.
Anyway,
good selection.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Do you feel like AI has your back here? Is it honest and truthful AI?
Honest to what it's been told.
Oh, there you go. Giving away responsibility and ownership from the AI. Is it more of an establishment ball cheese being squirted all over your face and then sucked off by a balding schoolboy?
100%. But the thing that I noticed about AI is the overwhelming amount of times it gets things wrong, which I can't help but think that's the point.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. What do you think are some of the most serious misconceptions about the JFK case, which you think the audience at home should know? And there will be an extra point or two available for you here?
Sure. The most important thing that most people don't realize is that they keep trying to offload the blame to the CIA. And they're central, right? The Central Intelligence Agency is, in fact, central to virtually everything that went on from 47 through today. But you have to understand relationships, and the story of history, all history, is really a study of relationships. And until you understand that the relationships that the CIA engaged in with not only the mafia, but with the Israelis, you're never going to understand Kennedy or anything that's happened in the world since. Or before, actually. For the last 100+ years, this world has been dominated by Zionists. And so until you make that connection to Kennedy, you're never going to understand anything going on in the world today. Most people should be walking around like dumbfounded, like what's going on? Like, because I don't understand how they leave out the Zionist aspect of it. But that's the most important aspect of it, is the man behind the curtain, you know? And so that's what people need to know. Israel was directly connected to both the mafia and the CIA going back to the end of World War II.
I completely agree with that, and I do agree. I do have always differences with some people who are on the idea that it's always Israel, but it's always Israel being a main part of it is something that I do accept fully.
What it seems to me is like two brothers, and one of them is reckless and the other one is more conservative. And the conservative one is constantly having to wrangle in the reckless one, and the reckless one causes problems that the conservative one has to then go and fix, and it causes a slew of more problems in the process. So
okay, well, so I'm going to leave you, the conservative one, behind and go over to the reckless one over here. Charlie, my friend, how was that round for you? Do you feel like you've had a tougher ride than Mr. Hughes? Do you feel like a victim of an unfair system? Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yes, I need everything slanted in my favor in this round, please. I want you to put your thumb on the scale and tilt it my way.
I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that. To be honest, everything gets really fair. You might really excel at the general knowledge round later. So the quick fire round might be your cup of tea. And who knows? I might fix it. I might fix it for you. If you do something for me, I'll do something for you, and then boom, 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 we've got ourselves a deal.
Let's do it.
How do you feel about that? So
I'm ready for the next round. I'm ready to forget. I'm charting a course forward. Mistakes were made in the first round, but we're not living in the past.
To give you 3 extra points right now, if you can give me a good description of Operation Gladio for the people at home.
Operation Gladio was a stay-behind unit devised by the NATO lunatics. First, they thought that the Russians were eventually going to continue westward and take the rest of Europe after they left and went back home. So they left domestic terror cells embedded in all of these Western European countries just in case. But then the Russians never came, and these guys sat around doing nothing for a while until the CIA and their friends at NATO decided we should really use these guys to, shape public opinion and policy. And since they're not doing anything, let's use them as domestic terror cells to blow up train stations in Italy and shoot up schools in Belgium and cause problems, especially if there's an election coming up and the people of a certain country are leaning the wrong direction. We can bring them back into line by creating chaos in their country and shaping public opinion that way. It was disbanded in 1990, but it never really went away. And the concept still exists to this day. And I would suggest that what we're seeing starting on January 1st in 2025 in the United States is Operation Gladio America style.
Ooh, nice finish there. I will award you an extra 3 points.
Thank you.
Partly out of corruption.
I appreciate that. Well, that would go perfectly with Gladio. You would fit right
indeed,
in there.
Indeed. I would say though, I would have to say that Belgium is already a very crazy place due to all of the incest. So I mean, it didn't really need anything extra, did it really? But they got it. Whatever. We're entering into the next round, and the next round is going to be called, of course, it's the economy, stupid. And this is a pretty easy round. For the next round, I've asked AI to give me an acronym of a controversial figure which uses words that describe that person's character. So, very specific. For instance, Johnny Vedmore would be joyful, J, optimistic, O, hopeful, nurturing, noble, of course, youthful. AI didn't really write this, but don't tell anybody. Vibrant, empathic, determined, motivated, outstanding, resilient, and empowered, just like my own character is. And so all you have to do is be the first one to get the right answer. I'm sure you'll agree that every one of these positive words is completely accurate to my character, and AI sees the same about these famous figures. So get ready to say
All positive.
A truth bomb, mostly, yeah. You wait. Get ready to say a truth bomb as soon as you want to hazard a guess. Just say truth bomb, and you can hazard a guess. However, if you're wrong, the other person gets to hear all of the acronym. So let's play. Ambitious, unyielding, governed, unconventionally, strategically, transformative, opportunist, powerful, influential, notable, overarching, commanding, historical.
Truth bomb.
Go on.
Augusto Pinochet.
Oh, you earn yourself a point back with that. Have you got any truth bombs to break the establishment narrative concerning Pinochet?
He was trained at the School of the Americas by U.S. intelligence. He was an asset of the American empire and a diabolical figure in Operation Condor.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, you get 1 point for getting it first, and you get 1 point for the truth bomb on top. Coming back. Next one. Great exemplar of remarkable governance.
Truth bomb.
Truth bomb.
Okay, Corey.
George Washington.
Oh, I'm afraid you're wrong.
Oh,
So, Charlie, you get to hear the rest of this. So, it's great exemplar of remarkable governments elevating history with.
I don't even
bold-
need it. Truth bomb.
Go
George
on.
H.W. Bush.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, definitely. Oh, that's a cheeky one. Have you got any truth bombs to reveal about the hidden history of the most nefarious man who's possibly ever lived, George H.W. Bush?
Yes, he was deeply involved with everyone talks about Rockefeller and Kissinger opening up China, but George H.W. Bush was deeply involved in that too as the ambassador to the United Nations. And rumor has it that by the time they left after that first meeting, George H.W. Bush's, the beginning of his empire, he created 5,000 different industrial factories that were working in China that he controlled at one point. He might be one of the wealthiest, his family might be one of the wealthiest families in the world.
Oh, that's beautiful. You get 1 point for getting it right, but you also, you get 2 points for getting it right because Corey already risked the getting in there first and failed. So you get an extra point there, and you get an extra point for the truth bomb. Next one, here you go. Are you ready? Are you listening? Fearless, resilient, adaptive, noble, kind-hearted, leader, inspirational, new, deal, reformer, optimistic, overcomer, strategic, empathic, visionary, energetic, legendary, transformative. Neither of you?
I got lost like 5 letters ago.
Frank
Oh,
something.
unfortunately, that was Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Oh.
The New Deal in there should have got it.
Oh, yeah.
To be perfectly honest. Okay, next one. Listen carefully. Remember, first letter, that's all it is. Bold, engaging, navigating, justice, adroit,
Truth bomb.
mediator. Oh, here we go, Charlie
Benjamin
Robinson.
Netanyahu.
Oh, and he gets it as well. Yeah, it's Benjamin Netanyahu. I will just tell you the rest of those. A Dwat, so straightforward. Mediator, influential, nationalist, neutral, experienced, tenacious. This is AI. This is, I've just asked for within their character. Astute, negotiator, yielding, auspicious, honorable, upstanding. Benjamin Netanyahu.
They need to reprogram that AI, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Truth Bomb, he's Polish, and he's wanted for mass murder and crimes against humanity in a variety of countries in which he may or may not ever have to go to.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So you get 1 point for getting in there with Benjamin Netanyahu.
Can I truth bomb him also, or what?
No, unfortunately,
Okay.
you have to get it right on this
All
round.
right.
This is the way. I'm sorry. This is.
We only
hey,
have an
listen,
hour, Cory.
Right.
Don't be so greedy, eh? Don't be so greedy. Anyway, okay. This next one: historical, envoy, navigating, realpolitik, yesteryears.
Truth Bomb, Henry Kissinger.
Oh, yes, you've got there. Any truth bombs there about the establishment's Vito Corleone?
In December 10th, 1974, Henry Kissinger wrote National Security Council Memorandum 200, which outlined the United States foreign policy from that point forward would be towards the third world would be that of depopulation. He then listed 13 countries, and America started 3 months later the process of depopulating parts of Southeast Asia, Africa, and elsewhere.
Okay, that's nice. That's a good truth bomb. It's true. You get a point for guessing, yes, Henry Kissinger, and a point for that truth bomb. He's quite a nasty piece of work. Okay, and the last one in this round. Listen carefully. Justice, undeniable, leads, independent, actions, nurturing, awareness.
Truth bomb.
Yes, you just made you made my camera move. You just jumped up so high. Go on, Cory.
Julian Assange.
Yes, Julian Assange. Have you got any truth bombs about Big Bad Julian?
I do.
Oh.
Julian was one of only 24 people on the infamous cypherpunks mailing list, which is where Bitcoin was born from, and Satoshi made all his connections. So most people don't realize he was part of that.
That I did not realize either. You get 1 point for guessing Julian Assange right, and you get 1 point for the truth bomb about Big Bad Julian Assange. So, Cory, who did you support in the last American election? Was it Benjamin Netanyahu or Benjamin Netanyahu?
It was Benjamin Netanyahu, of course.
Of course. I'm sure
No, I don't vote. I don't vote. Voting is stupid. The way the system works is
good.
broken. It's they get you to do something, and then it's like, haha, the joke's on you. So
completely agree.
fool me once, that thing, right? So
what about you, Charlie? How long do you think you'll last in the globalist gulag? Did you also vote for Benjamin Netanyahu?
I did not vote for anybody. Again, the last person I voted for was Ron Paul. And I'll never vote again.
Yeah, Ron Paul. After Ron Paul, it all just smelt. Yeah, yep. I understand. This round would be a bog standard true or false round if it wasn't for AI's constant lies. Sometimes it tells the truth, and sometimes it slips you the proverbial Mickey Mouse bullshit it's famous for. It's the contestant's job to set the record straight if they think it needs to, but also to guess what AI wants you to believe on behalf of their establishment masters. First up is Charlie this time. And Charlie, here we go. Could you choose a subject from this here wall of dystopia?
I'll go with the death of Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, that's a good one. He's gone with the death of Jeffrey Epstein. Remember, Charlie, this is what AI says about the death of Jeffrey Epstein, not what really happened in the real world. You get 18 questions, and it's just simple. True or false, you can add any truth bombs you like into it. So, first up, Jeffrey Epstein died in August 2019.
True.
Okay, good. It's true. Epstein was found dead in his hotel room.
False.
Yeah, where was he found dead?
It was in a lovely New York jail.
Yeah, it was Metropolitan Correctional Center
Wow.
in New York, indeed. His death was ruled a homicide.
False. His death was ruled a suicide.
True. You're right. You're correct. It is false. I mean, what you're saying is true. I'm not going to make it easy. That's the first. You got the first three right there. You're doing well here. You're making those points back. Epstein's death occurred while he was awaiting trial for sex trafficking charges.
I don't know what the charges necessarily were, but I'm going to say true.
Yes, true.
Okay.
Indeed. Okay. There were surveillance cameras in the area where Epstein was found dead.
In the area, yes, true.
Okay, good. That is true, indeed. Epstein had been previously placed on suicide watch before his death.
True.
Okay. Although he was taken off suicide watch shortly before his death, but it is true. Well, at least that's what AI says. 2 guards were charged with neglect in relation to Epstein's death.
True.
Yes, true. That is true. You're doing well here. Epstein's body was cremated after his death.
False.
Oh, you good. You're doing well.
He's
is
Jewish.
false.
He wouldn't have wanted it cremated, I don't think.
Yes. Okay. Nicely thought out there. Bit of logic used. Epstein's death led to widespread conspiracy theories regarding the circumstances surrounding it.
That is true.
Yes, it did. I was one of those. Theorizing over somebody's death. Nyam, 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 nyam. Yes, indeed. The autopsy report indicated that Epstein suffered from no pre-existing medical conditions.
True.
False. The report noted various health issues, but did find he died from hanging. So that's wrong there. Epstein was a well-connected financier with ties to many influential figures.
That is true.
Yes, it was. There was significant public outcry and protest following Epstein's death.
False.
No, apparently true.
Really?
Yeah. I suppose everybody went crazy, so that's what they mean.
Bring him back to life.
Yeah. We want more Epstein. Now he's gone. We miss him. Right. Anyway, unfortunately, you got that one wrong, though. Epstein had a will that was created just 2 days before his death.
True?
Yes, true. He did. You get a point there. His death was officially investigated by the FBI.
False.
Oh, nice. False. You know who actually conducted the investigation for a truth bomb point?
I believe it was Bill Clinton.
Oh, you got me at hello. You'll get a truth bomb point for that. It was actually the DOJ, but I'm going to give you a point for that because I liked it. Epstein was under suicide prevention protocol at the time of his death.
That's incorrect. He, as you mentioned earlier, he not at the time of his death. He was previous.
Okay, so yeah, false. Got to say the false word though.
False.
Unfortunately, you feel good. Okay, that's a point there. Many believe Epstein's death was a cover-up related to his connections.
True.
Yes, true, indeed. Epstein had a network of associates who were implicated in his alleged crimes.
True.
First time I'm hearing this. Yes, true, indeed, a point there. The initial cause of death was announced on the same day as his passing.
I'm going to say false.
Oh, you are so good at this. The autopsy took place, but the cause was announced later. So there you go. You did well in your 18 questions there. Do you want to add anything about the death of Jeffrey Epstein as a truth bomb?
I wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised if that dude was sitting on a beach somewhere.
No, I'm not sure if I'll accept that as a truth bomb, but it could be very much true. Mind you, it wouldn't be surprised. It's acceptable. Yeah, indeed. And Cory, I'm going to show you the wall of dystopia again, so you can decide. And you can't have the death of Jeffrey Epstein; that is now gone. So you can have, and let me read them out for everybody at home, just in case they're listening or something. The assassination attempts on Trump during the 2024 election, the poisoning of Sergei Skripal, Kroll Inc., the Unabomber, and January 6th. What are you going to choose?
Let's do the poisoning of Sergei Skripal.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
I know, it's one of my favorites.
Okay, excellent. We're going to do the poisoning of Sergei Skripal. Right, Cory Hughes, we've got 18 questions, true or false, on the poisoning of Sergei Skripal. Sergei Skripal was a former Russian military officer and double agent for British intelligence.
True.
Quite right. That's 1 point. Sergei Skripal was poisoned in London in 2018.
False.
Do you know where he was poisoned?
No, but I thought it was earlier than 2018.
Oh, right. Okay. Maybe it was 2017. I'm trouble remembering myself. But regardless, it was in Salisbury in England.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You got that right. False point. Sergei Skripal worked exclusively for the Russian intelligence services throughout his career.
False.
Yeah, indeed. The double agent for MI6, being recruited by, I'm not sure if I don't think they're going to say it, by Pablo Miller, who was handler for MI6 and recruiter. Okay. The poison used on Sergei Skripal was a military-grade nerve agent called Novichok.
That's what we're told. True.
Yeah. That's what AI says. Honest and reliable. Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia both survived the poisoning incident.
False.
Oh, okay. No, they did.
Oh, they did? I thought one of them died.
No, it was Charlie Rowley and Dawn Sturgis who were the ones who died.
Yes, that's right.
After finding, well, you got that one wrong, though. That's acceptable loss. But Charlie is running after you. He's got this look on his face. He doesn't want to become a lampshade or any soap. The poisoning of Sergei Skripal led to global diplomatic crisis between Russia and Western countries.
True.
Everything leads to diplomatic crisis between Russia and Western countries. Sergei Skripal was granted asylum in the United States after the poisoning incident.
True.
No, false. He was not moved. Is false in the sense that his location is unknown.
Has anyone ever heard from him since? I mean, remember the Russians were trying to get a hold of him.
No. Yeah, were they? Did they use the?
They're like, he's a Russian citizen, and we don't know where he is. What the hell?
And they're really concerned. 2 suspects in Salisbury poisoning were identified as Alexander Petrov and Ruslan Boshirov.
That's true.
Yeah, it is true.
That's fun. It's so funny.
Do you want to add a truth bomb into that?
It's not really a truth bomb, but
Go on.
The idea that Putin is going to send those 2 schmoes to go put poison on a doorknob is the dumbest story I've ever heard, ever. It's retarded. It's an MI6 operation that gone astray. It's so dumb.
I'll tell you a little bit at the end of this.
Okay.
The poisoning incident occurred in the year 2016.
Oh, true.
False. It
Oh,
did
that's false?
occur in 2018.
Oh, it did? I would have swore
yeah.
it was way before that.
I know. I would have swore it was a year before, but still, Sergei Skripal. A lot happened during that time.
Well, they keep changing the matrix on us, so.
Yeah, so you were wrong there. Unfortunately, you don't get a point. Sergei Skripal was convicted in Russia for treason before being part of a spy swap deal in 2010.
Oh, false.
No, that was true. The UK government accused the Russian government of being responsible for Skripal poisoning.
True.
Yeah, true. You get a point there. Sergei Skripal has since made public appearances and given interviews about the incident.
False.
Yes, false. You're quite right. You get a point there. The Skripals were found unconscious on a bench in a shopping centre.
False.
True. It is true. Again, that
it was ringing bells, and I couldn't remember if it was them or the homeless people.
Yeah. After the poisoning, extensive decontamination efforts were carried out in Salisbury.
True.
What a big question that is, yeah. True indeed, you're right, that's correct. The British authorities found evidence of nerve agent on Sergei Skripal's front door handle.
True.
Yeah. Well, as far as we know. Sergei Skripal has a point there. Sergei Skripal's poisoning was the first known use of nerve agent in Europe since World War II. Remember, say I.
I'm gonna say false, but I think there's maybe a definitional question here.
I would say false as well, but apparently it's true. So you're wrong there, I'm afraid. Last two questions. There were no other casualties or affected individuals in Salisbury poisoning incident.
False.
Yeah, including other police officers, local residents, etc. And homeless died, or one died. The other damaged, really. Sergei Skripal wrote a book detailing his experiences as a double agent.
False.
Yeah, there is no book about his espionage activities in a sense. And I would say it's slightly true because Sergei Skripal was in the middle of helping Mark Urban with his book, The Skripal Files, during the attack. So he started helping him a year before he was writing. Mark Urban was writing the Skripal Files. Mark Urban had also been in a tank regiment with Sergei Skripal during their military service. With Sergei Skripal's handler, Pablo Miller. So Mark Urban, the person who was writing it for I think he was a BBC boy at the time, was also in a tank regiment with Sergei Skripal's MI6 handler. And the handler's boss was Christopher Steele, of the famous Steele Russia dossier. And one last thing I wanted to mention there was that shopping centre. When they come down the hill from the pub, they're supposedly already poisoned. They've gone to a pub, had a pub meal, gone all the way down this long road, gone into a shopping centre arcade, and don't come out of that shopping centre arcade and get to the other side for 45 minutes. Yet nothing was mentioned about that. So there's a whole 45 minutes missing from that whole thing. So there you go. So in that round, well, I don't think Cory got it that bad. Charlie in that round scored 17 and Cory scored 14. So you still managed to remain quite close there. But still, Charlie has definitely almost made it back, which seems impossible after the Gladio round. Quite amazing. Hey, Charlie, how do you think it's going so far? Do you feel confident, or do you want to insult your opponent's integrity and call him a dirty, rotten conspiracy theorist?
I always do that. I'd like to do something different and praise him for having the audacity to go up against me.
Oh, that was good. I liked it. It was almost like you sniff his blood now, and you want to make him lose that confidence and come up. Is Ria? Is it? No, maybe I shouldn't say that. So you've
Not on
written
this. Not on this section. You probably shouldn't.
No. You've written 3 books. Is that right?
3 books. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Octopus of Global Control, 2017. Controlled Demolition of the American Empire with Jeff Berwick, 2020. And Hypocrisy, Surviving in a World of Cultural Double Standards, 2021, with the 2nd edition just came out and audiobook available for it now as well.
And what do you think establishment AI would say about your work?
Dabbles in conspiracy theories, I would imagine.
Burn the witch, you're saying.
Undeniably #1 best-selling author. They can say what they want, but I got the screenshots to prove that.
Yeah,
and they probably describe me as bald, I would imagine.
Yeah, they'd be right.
Which would be
you're
fair.
Bald. Yeah, because you got no hair.
Yeah.
Damn them all. Cory, there you've written 1 book so far, if I'm right. Is that right?
Yes, A Warning from History, 2023 at this point.
2023. Again, you sounded like you had finished your sentence then, but I knew it wasn't 2020. So, do you think the Mossad will wait for another one before burying you on the Mount of Olives?
Well, if they bury me on the Mount of Olives, my book will sell like crazy. So,
oh, it's true. so then you can reap the benefits. Well, at least you can roll over and be like, "Look, Robbie, I'm getting close to you now." To old Robert Maxwell.
when I get older, I'm going to plan to make my death look as mysteriously as possible.
Look as mysteriously as possible. I like it. I would like to do the same, I'd say, but I just don't want to say that because I probably am going to disappear at some point. How many times did you mention me in your book?
Once.
Oh, that's not enough, I'm afraid. You're lucky
I did. I quoted a conversation we had about Elizabeth Forstling Harris. Because nobody else has any info on her except you. And so
next time 2 mentions and I'll see you good.
You got it.
Okay. All right, awesome. I'm glad we are coming to some form of compromise on this sort of stuff, on this sort of corruption. So, everybody, the next round is called How Gay Are They? I asked AI to tell me how gay these famous people were on a scale of 1 to 10. You could each have a guess on what AI told me. The closest guest wins the point. I nearly said the closet guest wins the point. So it's basically the same. An exact guess wins 2 points. So if you get it spot on, you get 2 points. You can both guess the same on occasion. So you can both guess the same, just to say that. On occasion, I had to prompt AI to play along because it's all woke and doesn't want to do funny stuff. So, Charlie, you get to guess first, and then we'll alternate. So you get the first one. So this is How Gay Are They? And we see the first one up today, of course, is Peter Thiel there looking... delightful. Look at him. He's got his candelabras behind him and his little... is that a bow tie or cravat? Either of you answer, you get an extra point.
We don't have that much class.
I'm not,
okay.
I'm not quite that gay.
Okay. No points for you then.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how gay is Peter Thiel? Charlie, you first.
According to AI, I'm going to say they've got him probably at around a 5. Because he controls AI. Mostly.
Yeah, oh, that is true. Go on, Cory.
Probably a 3.
Okay, well, now AI says, I'd say Peter Thiel is a solid 10 on the gayness scale, since he's openly embraced his identity and a proud member of the LGBTQ plus community.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I know he's gay. I'm just saying that he doesn't want you to know he's gay since he sued Gawker, or he financed Hulk Hogan's lawsuit against Gawker and put them out of business for outing him.
So
yeah, I don't keep track of people's gayness.
The closest was Cory there, yeah?
No,
No,
closest
him.
was me. I had
Yeah.
5. Corey had 3.
Oh, I didn't forgot you had 5. Okay, so let's make sure the points go the right way. You have 1 point there. Again, coming back, Charlie, you're doing well. Okay, we'll go on to the next one now. And how gay on a scale of 1 to 10 is Elvis according to AI?
Who starts this round? Me?
No, this is Cory.
Okay, so AI probably thinks everybody's gay, so I'm going to give him a 10.
Oh, wow.
I'm
No,
going to
he's done
say
great.
that AI thinks Elvis is pretty manly. I'm gonna go with about a 2.
Okay. So AI says, I'll say Elvis might land somewhere in the middle. Maybe a 6. He had a lot of charisma and mystery, and he certainly left room for plenty of fun speculation about his life, especially with his rebellious persona and some of the wild rumors surrounding his relationship. There you go. That's very interesting.
Tied, Corey. We both were 4 away from it.
So you get 1 point each there. Cory gets 1, Charlie gets 1, being as close. Okay, next up on is there Gay-Dolph Hitler. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how gay was Hitler according to AI?
2.
You're
Yeah,
going with a
like
2?
I'm gonna go with a 2.
Okay, and Cory, what are you going to go with?
1.
You're going to go with a 1. Well, I'm afraid, Cory, Charlie gets the extra point. He gets 2 points there for getting an exact on the dot. I'd say maybe a 2. There's been a lot of speculation, but no concrete evidence to suggest Hitler had any kind of same-sex attraction. There you go. He didn't like the Goebbels in his mouth. Okay, next up, we're going to go to the very infamous Elon Musk. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, and this is Cory this time, how gay is Elon Musk? Elon Musk.
They're gonna say he's like an 8.
Okay, Charlie, what would you say?
Well,
The
judging
man who
by,
creates AI. I'll tell you this one, because I use different AI bots to. It's pretty random, to be honest. I don't check them all first or anything. But this was Grok.
oh, well, he's got a bunch of kids. That's gonna have to be, and I know you could be in the closet.
They all have
I'm
serial
gonna go
numbers.
with like all those rich guys.
What did you say,
They're in the
Cory?
weird.
They all have serial numbers, don't they?
Yeah. Well, what did you say his score was?
His score?
Yeah.
Elon Musk, 8.
You said 8. I'm gonna say 3.
Oh, well, again, Charlie takes 1 point there for being closest. Elon Musk is a 1. He's publicly been married and has had several relationships with women, so his orientation seems pretty clear, says his own AI bot. Yeah. Right, okay, well, that seems suspicious to me. Tell me, on a scale of 1 to 10, how gay was Donald Trump?
I'm quite gay. Maybe
Looks amazing.
some might
He looks
say the
amazing.
gayest. I'm gonna say that he's a 3.
I'm gonna say
Cory.
1.
Okay, again, Charlie gets 1 point. It's the 4. You are going to the extremes there. You keep going to like 1 and 10, Cory. So you're always going to be far away from the middle. But you get 1 point there. AI says, let's settle somewhere in the 4 range. That's all they said about that. Let's agree to disagree. On a scale of 1 to 10, how gay was Stalin, according to AI? This is Cory.
4.
I don't know. I think he was up to no good. I think he was.
Does that mean he's high or low on the gay scale?
I think he's a 6.
Ooh, up to no good. We don't know what that means. No, Corey's managed to get the point here. I'd probably place Starling around a 2 based on his documented personal life. He was married to women and had children. Okay, and there's only 2 more here. So here we go. There we go. There's gay Edgar Hoover. How, on a scale of 1 to 10, how gay was gay Edgar Hoover?
He was a 10.
I
know I'm not giving myself any wiggle room there, but I'm fine with that.
I'm gonna say 9.
Oh, you're undercutting him there. Well,
$1,
Corey gets the point there. No, in actual fact, dressing up as a lass doesn't make you gay, according to AI. I'd say he might land around a 4 or 5 on the gay scale. What can you do? Honest and truthful AI. It's based more on speculation and rumors rather than concrete evidence, so it's purely a playful guess. Ooh, and there's one more. There's one more. I don't need this. Don't need this for this. How gay on a scale of 1 to 10 is Johnny Vedmore?
Corey, you go first.
2.
Oh, don't know if that's good or bad.
I don't know.
I was homophobic, by the way. I said that, didn't I?
I'm gonna say he's a 3.
Oh, you're both being kind, but no. Apparently, well, you win, Charlie. You win the point. The AI says I'd say maybe a 5, right in the middle.
Wow.
Right in the middle. I'm even a little tiny bit more gay than J. Edgar Hoover, according to...
Apparently you are.
Whew. So, Charlie, would you have slept with Elvis? Would you have loved him tender? Would you have given him a little less conversation, a little more action?
Well, ahead of J. Edgar Hoover, of course. Absolutely. He was the fucking king, for God's sake. Yeah.
Okay. So, Corey, if you had to choose, had with capital letters, had to choose, you've got no option between Adolf Hitler and J. Edgar Hoover. Which one would you fillet? Like I don't know. Go on. You got to choose one. Well, there you go. The truth is out. The truth is out. Okay. Well, that was a good round. And I'm sure we're going to get some scores on the board very soon. Oh, yes. Oh, looking at in that round, Charlie scored 7 and Corey scored 3. Remember, you could pull this out with a few truth bombs. But in this next round, we're hunting down serial killers instead of gays. This is it. We're either hunting down one or the other. It's either the gays or the serial killers. You make up your mind. But, you know, I asked AI to use criminal profiling techniques to decide which 2 people are most likely to turn out to be a serial killer. You both get to choose. Corey will get to go first on this round. There is no competition between you. If you choose the same answer, you get the same points if you choose the same answer. So, based on modern criminal profiling, who is most likely to be a serial killer? Donald Trump or Keir Starmer? There they are in the alleyway, sure. waiting for the people to come out together for some reason, even though serial killers are quite well known for being independent. Corey?
Keir Starmer.
Okay.
I'm going with that answer as well.
Okay. You're thinking AI is going to be more positive about Donald Trump than Keir Starmer. All right. Well, you've made your bed. AI says, I might lean towards Donald Trump as being most likely, in a comedic sense, of course, given his larger-than-life personality, confrontational style, and often chaotic nature of his public life. Not that there's any evidence for this, of course, but his brash behavior could make him more fitting figure in a fictional crime thriller. Keir Starmer, on the other hand, tends to be more low-key and politically composed, so he's much less likely to fit into a serial killer narrative. I'm afraid you were both wrong in that one, so let's go to the next two. If based on modern criminal profiling, who is most likely to be a serial killer according to AI? Would it be Vladimir Zelensky, the man who mimes playing a piano with his penis, or Putin, the man who can actually play piano with his penis?
Putin.
You got the gist. You got the gist. If the Alliance for Securing Democracy out of the German Marshall Fund are the ones running these sort of programs, I think they've already picked a side. So you both get a point for that. AI says, I'd say Putin might have a more serial killer-like profile in fictional thriller plot setting. Why? Because of his background in using power and control in manipulative ways. Oh, brilliant. Okay, the next one, gentlemen. Based on modern criminal profiling, who is most likely to be a serial killer? Is it Oliver Cromwell or Christopher Wren?
Who the fuck are these people?
Oliver Cromwell led the parliamentarian armies during the English Civil War, one of the most important moments in history of the West, let alone just Britain. And Christopher Wren redesigned London, was a scientist like no other, was a philosopher and many other things, basically rebuilt it after 1666 and the Fire of London. So they're pretty much, top men, if you know what I mean.
I'm going with Oliver Cromwell.
Okay. And what about you, Corey?
I'll take the other.
Christopher Wren. You're going to go take Christopher Wren. Okay, Charlie, you've got the point there. Oliver Cromwell might be most likely to be imagined as a serial killer, probably because he was, based on his history of violence and his role in brutal political decisions, like the destruction of Drogheda, Irish genocide. His combination of power and ruthlessness could easily fit into profiling of a cold, calculating character. Okay, next one, gang. Keep your eyes open. Based on modern criminal profiling, who is most likely to be a serial killer? Is it Freddie Mercury or Elton John?
Well, it's always the ones that have the charities, so I'm going to go with Elton John. You got to keep an eye on them.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That mustache, Freddie Mercury.
Oh, okay. Charlie's going to win this one. Charlie has won this point here. If we're basing this on pure fictional criminal profiling just for fun, I'd say Elton John might edge out Freddie Mercury just for the sake of a playful twist. Why? Because the image of a quiet, charming, charismatic figure who could surprise everyone in a plot of a dark crime. This AI is off its tits. All right, okay. There's two more left. We'll keep looking. Here we go. Based on modern criminal profiling, who's the most likely to be a serial killer? Is it good Charles Manson or Ted Bundy?
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
You both get a point. Good job. Yes. Ted Bundy would most likely be the fitting profile as a serial killer. They say Charles Manson, on the other hand, would be more of a cult leader who didn't personally commit murders. Yes. Okay. And there's one more. I can remove the screens here. Based on modern criminal profiling, I wish I'd done a picture for this. Who's the most likely to be a serial killer? Johnny Vedmore or Jason Bermas?
Johnny Vedmore.
Wow. To know where we stand.
I'm going to go, yes, you, but because it's a little bit more like you got style. You know what I mean? You got to have a little panache.
Poor Jason.
You got to have a little panache when you're committing crimes like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, AI thought the same. Though they did say neither of them would fit the traditional criminal profile as a serial killer, but If I had to pick based purely on who seems more likely an outlandish fictional thriller setting, I'd probably say Johnny Vedmore, because he's an absolute dick, is what they said, basically, which wasn't very nice. Well done. You both got that last one right. It was me who's most likely to be a serial killer. And there you go, gentlemen. We've almost come to the end of the show, and the scores are probably quite tight. I would say the scores in that round was Charlie 5, Cory 3. So anyway, earlier on, I used a staple gun on my ball sack and I injured my right testicle, which was labeled Charlie. So it'll be him who will guess first. It's a quick fire round. So, Charlie, you have 90 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. If you don't know the answers, then just say pass. The round is over when you hear this sound.
That we penetrate the cabinets.
Tell me, are you ready to rumble?
I am. Let's go.
Who was the infamous serial killer known as the Night Stalker?
Richard Ramirez.
1 point. Which notorious mob boss was nicknamed Scarface?
Pass. Fuck.
Al Capone.
Yeah.
What state did the notorious Gold State Killer terrorize?
California.
Yes, correct. What crime did Charles Manson and his followers commit in 1969?
Murder.
Yes, I'll accept that. The murder of Sharon Tate and others. Who was the son of Sam killer?
Pass.
Pass. David Berkowitz. Which notorious bank robbery inspired the phrase Stockholm Syndrome? And pass.
Pass this one.
The normal Strog robbery in Sweden, apparently. What was Ted Bundy's preferred method for luring victims?
Hitchhikers.
No, pretending to be injured and asking for help. Who was the inspiration for character Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs?
Pass.
Dr. Alfredo Bali Trevino. Who was
That we penetrate the cabinets.
You can have this one. Who was dubbed the BTK killer?
Dennis Rader.
Oh, good. You got one at the end there. So, okay. Excellent. That's really interesting. I'm just looking down and seeing that you were tied at the beginning of the round. Cory, hello. How are you?
Excellent.
Looking forward to this. You're going to have 90 seconds. When you hear this sound, it's over. Mere newspaper talk. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Who founded the FBI's Behavioral Science Unit?
J. Edgar Hoover.
No. John Douglas and Robert Resler. What forensic technique analyzes patterns of blood to understand crime scene?
Blood spatter analysis.
Yes. 1 point. Who was one of the first murderers caught using fingerprint evidence?
Pass.
What infamous trial was called the crime of the century in the 1930s?
The kidnapping of the Lindbergh baby.
True, yes. What serial killer represented himself during trial?
Ted Bundy.
Correct. Which cult leader convinced hundreds of followers to die in Jonestown?
Jones.
What's his first
Jim
name?
Jones. Jim Jones.
Correct. What was the famous, infamous crime spree duo Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow known for?
Pass.
Robin Banks. What country was home to serial killer Andrei Chikatilo, also known as the Butcher of Rostov?
Russia.
Yes. Who confessed to killing Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman but was acquitted?
O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. Correct. What historical trial became a media sensation for putting the teacher on trial for teaching evolution? Mere newspaper talk. Oh, there you go. You can still answer if you want.
What was the question again?
Which historical trial became a media sensation for putting a teacher on trial for teaching evolution?
Brown versus Board of Education.
No, it's the Scopes monkey trial. I think we've got to the end there, and I know the points are being calculated as we speak. And that last round was extremely hard. The general knowledge quickfire round is always going to be difficult. Gentlemen, how have you felt during this experience? What's it been like for you?
Excellent. It's been fun.
I feel like I surprisingly know more about serial killers than I really thought I did, which might be a problem.
You also know that I'm probably a serial killer, so there you go.
True. Yeah.
That's good. It's a good thing to know those who might destroy you. Well, I can announce a winner of tonight's first ever Truth Bomb, which has been a fantastic affair. Can anybody here guess who it might be? Charlie, you think
It's
you won
Cory.
it?
Unfortunately, it's Cory.
I think it seems to be that you've won it by about 2 points. Now, people will see that on their screen right now and know the exact points. I'm Johnny Vedmore, and I'm here to tell you that this game is corrupt and it may contain score rigging, lies, manipulation, sexy dancing, dribbling, ill-advised recreational suggestions, corvids, lipid nanoparticles, and it is brought to you by cowboys willing to do anything for a buck. Do not question the scores. Thank you very much. But Cory Hughes has won the first Truth Bomb. Well done, Cory. We'll give you a round of applause, and I'm sure we might give you some sort of a gift eventually. But seeing this is only 2 points, and this is part of it, I'm going to give you both the ability to give a really good Truth Bomb on the way out, and there's a 3-point win on it. So whoever gives the best Truth Bomb of whatever you want, whatever you want, you'll get 3 points automatically. Whichever the best Truth Bomb, I'd have to decide that. And seeing as there's 2 points in it, and this was decided at the start, it has come down to a point where we've celebrated early. Cory Hughes, you could still lose this because there's only 2 points in it. So please, one at a time. Who wants to go first? Charlie?
I'll go first. I'll piggyback off of my last answer, which was Dennis Rader, bind, torture, kill, serial killer. He actually got himself caught because he sent the email from his church computer that he was in charge of, and ultimately it led to his demise. So the Lord works in mysterious ways, and sometimes he busts you for becoming a serial killing mass murderer while doing it at the office.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. The Lord does work in ways. Cory, go on.
A truth bomb about anything?
Anything at all. Tell the truth that you think that everybody needs to hear and doesn't like to hear.
Okay. I believe
he's got this grin on his face. I've seen this dangerous grin.
Most people have heard about this person who was a killer a long time ago, but they don't realize that he's most likely been identified through DNA on a shawl that was left at one of his kills.
One kill,
and
a serial killer does not make.
And that Jack the Ripper was most likely Aaron Kosminski. There we go.
Is that the one you're going to put forward?
That's what I'm putting forward.
Oh, you know how dangerous that was. You know how dangerous, because Cory knows that I'm a big I'm a massive Jack the Ripper fan, big Jack the Ripper fan, and I don't believe that that is Jack the Ripper. I don't believe. I will have to prove my part in a book, but it would be very rude for me to hand this over to Charlie Robinson right now, wouldn't it? It'd be very rude, very terrible, very awful at the last moment. But seeing as those were the last truth bombs, well, that's what I'm going to have to do. Charlie, you are now the winner of the first ever truth bomb. I'm afraid by 1 point you managed to come in. Cory had it all in his hands at the end, and he just let it all go away.
Just like the FBI fumbling all the evidence, Cory. I'm so sorry.
Indeed. Right. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on the show. I really do appreciate it.
It's a lot of fun. Thank you for having us. We need more of these shows.
Cory, can you tell people where they can find you?
Yeah, CoryHughes.org.
Buy my
all the
effing
links will
book,
be in the
right?
description. Yep. And Charlie Robinson.
Macroaggressions.io or go to activistpost.com to get all your news.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. We're out. Truth bomb. Hello. Thank you for watching that show. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate having your time and your attention just for a little bit. To make content like this, I need your help. I am constantly working hard to produce live shows, podcasts, truth bombs, and long-form investigative articles which expose a lot of what's going on behind the scenes. Continue doing that. I need your support. You can either support me via Patreon by becoming a patron, where you'll get shows like Truth Bomb early. You could support me by dropping me something on Buy Me a Coffee or on Ko-Fi. And I really do appreciate your support. Go to newspaste.com for more, and thank you again.
Young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets.